Hey everybody, what's crack-a-lackin'? Just need to come on here and start this off for you guys. Hey, we've had two big eruptions. This one, the latter one, is the most concerning one, if you want to use the word concerning. Somebody please give me a, yeah. Somebody please give me a 5 for 5 in there. I would imagine you're going to start seeing a lot of channels come on out here and start doing this, what I'm doing right now, because this is not a small ordeal. This is something that's going to be, we're going to have to be paying attention to this for the next few. I mean, it really will. So anybody that you know, please let everybody understand that nothing to be scared about, but this is right in the middle. This is right in the Earth strike zone. These are big blasts. And considering what we've seen with low-level geomagnetic storms, if this thing hits like it could, because we got two of them, okay, this really could give us some issues. I'm not saying that it's going to. All I'm saying is that that's a possibility, and we're going to get into it. So, obviously, guys, look at that thing. I mean, it wasn't an X-flare, but it was really close. It was an M8. And, well, let me just take you here. So, yeah. So, this is what we're seeing right here. And this is on the back of a 24-hour geomagnetic storm. Okay? So, this is one of those things, you can just, again, you can't make this stuff up. Alright? You just really can't. So, I just want to say that first and foremost. And, yeah. If I didn't make it clear yesterday, I wanted to make sure that everybody understands that when I said that this was an unexpected geomagnetic storm, I thought I put it out there this way, but there was some confusion in the comment section. I was speaking on the duration and the strength of it. Okay? We were expecting a small little hit. We were expecting the Corona hole stream, and I said that like multiple times yesterday. But we were not expecting a G3. That was not forecasted anywhere. Okay? For it to just jump straight to that is, yeah. I've been watching the solar proton flux here too. This is what we measure radiation with, radiation storms. With a longer duration flare like this, okay, it produces more X-ray, and it stays very, very active for a long period of time. Guys, this is like a 4-hour flare. It's not done yet. So really more like 6. It's dropped below M class right here. But this is a very long duration flare. So it's constant X-ray just getting blasted out. And protons also. Okay. And those can grab a hold of our magnetic connection line to the sun. This is the sun. This is the Earth, right? And so you're seeing this is where it came from. This thing crested the limb over here. It was big, and a lot of people were talking about that also, how big it was. Guys, I don't put a whole lot of stock in how big sunspots are, other than to say this: it lets us know how small we are. Okay, because just because something's big doesn't make it powerful. What makes these things powerful is when they start becoming unstable, and it can, then they do harbor energy. Yeah, a bigger corona hole, or I'm sorry, a sunspot is going to harbor more energy typically. So it's got more to let go. But if it doesn't let it go, it doesn't matter, right? So we need to watch for these things becoming unstable, and that's when I show you guys the red and the red and the green. That's the polarity. When I show you the yellow sun model, I can do that real quick if you guys want to see it. Let me do it this way. We'll just pull up another one of these, and we'll look at just like right now, and let's see if it'll. Yesterday this thing was kind of acting a little weird, so I'm not sure if it's going to give me what I want, but we'll see. Yep, there it is. Okay, so let me pause it. Now we're not going to have the Earth scale, to show you how big the Earth is compared to these spots. But what's happening, guys, is these reds and blues are now mixing. When that happens, you most definitely get instability, and that's when you get reconnection points. These magnetic field lines, they break, and when they reconnect back, that's when you get a flare. So positive to negative, negative to positive, okay? Positive to positive is going to push away from each other. That's why when you see a stable sunspot, it's going to look like this. Look, you see this one here? Looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? But it's not going to do anything as long as you have space between those two. When we start seeing these things, you know, intermingle, like this one over here, we need to watch too. It's reaching out. This one here, not so much, but it could. But you can see these reds and blues just start to swirl around each other here, guys. And that's what I'm talking about with instability. So I just want to let you guys know. This could, yeah, Stephanie, this could hit in 2 days. Hey, John, good to see everybody. Guys, I want to stop and say something here, too. You know, I am now back doing this as much as I ever did. Okay, I'm working on some stuff in the background to give you guys some good updated, I guess, formatting. I kind of got called unprofessional yesterday, and that's okay. It really is, because I am not the most professional person out here, right? 21 hours? Yeah, cool. Thank you. Carrington 2024, guys, get over to any app store and go download that app. Okay? It's really well set up, and yeah, so please go over to the app store and get that app, Carrington 2024. I got it on my phone. They were nice enough to give me a free membership, and it, you know, it gives you alerts. You get to see everything that's going on, the main pertinent stuff that we need to see. Okay, but 21 hours is not a long time for this flare to get here, guys. Anything that leaves the sun and gets here in less than a day is moving just like extremely fast. Okay, you can do the math in your head if you want. The sun's 93 million miles away from the sun. I mean, we are 93 million miles away from the sun. So I just want to make sure that that's happening. Yeah, hitting Sunday, or even, yeah, I guess I would lean more towards that. And the problem, guys, is this. This is seeds, right? And guys, Soho, they're not going to be leaning on Soho much longer. This satellite has been out here forever, just getting beat up. Okay? What they're going to be switching to is Gong, which is GOES 19. So I'm going to take you guys over and let you guys see what that looks like. I've showed it to you before. It's the same. It's a Coronagraph. It's just on a different satellite. Alright? It's a GOES satellite, so it's not the same position as Soho. But it's still going to give us the same kind of information. Right? You can see how similar that actually is. So let me do this. I'll just push play here, and you'll be able to see what happens here. Right? So here it comes. It's a full halo. You guys hear me say that all the time. And unfortunately with the Gong, we're not getting a good contrasting color here like we did with Soho. Did you guys see? That was the second one. The first one is this one here on the right. Okay? The Zeus model over here hasn't updated for the second eruption yet. You see how that one's kind of more this way? But look at that one. Guys, that thing is moving fast. It's big. It's coming right at us. I really do think by this time tomorrow, we're going to be having another conversation. Okay? This thing is not going to... Anything moving that fast, it's going to hit Earth hard. At least, I don't see how we could get out of that without getting at least a G3. I really don't. I used to be timid saying that kind of stuff. But what I've seen here lately with our magnetic field and stuff, weakening and things like that, it doesn't mean we're completely unprotected, though. So don't be scared. This is nothing to be scared about. It's just something to be aware. Because frankly, even if it was something to be fearful over, what could you do at this point? Absolutely nothing. Anything you can do, you should have already done, is what I'm trying to say. And that's why we always talk about be prepared. It's a prepper's mind, a prepper's way of thinking. And I know a lot of you guys are like that anyway, but yeah. Hey, Soup, what's happening? Hey, you're welcome, Tony. I'm glad you're here. And guys, thank you for sticking it out with me through me only doing like 4 or 5 videos the past couple months. I am back, and I'm going to be doing this every day as much as I can. There's going to be days I'll miss, obviously. I mean, that's just not... Yeah. It's just not what... you can't be here every day. But, well, I guess you can. Go watch Mark Pyers. He's on every day, guys. You guys really should go check out Mark. He's awesome. Mark Byers. But he's been live every day for like, gosh, I want to say 5 going on 6 years. A lot of you guys already know who he is, and he does really good music and stuff, and it's just a really cool place to hang out. Also, good music stuff up at Axe and Nacho up in Canada. They do a really good live stream too. I'm gonna make out a new channel list that I watch. Hey miss, good to see you. IG, what's happening? So you guys know what I'm watching. The channels I'm gonna put the channels on there that I go to. Okay. It got so muddied up there in I've been trying to clean the channel up is what I'm saying. It just didn't have any rhyme or reason. So when you guys come back at one day, you might see, you know, I'll have an awesome channel list or something, and it'll be there. But go check all those guys out. Mist, also Ilea's here. She doesn't. I don't think she does much videoing anymore, but I still have the pink cat. I won on her prepper game show. It was awesome. That was such a good time. Anyway, we're actually going to be doing something similar to that too in the members only stream. Also, I want to point something out. The members only, we don't even talk about space weather there, guys. Okay? I had somebody asking, you know, maybe I should not, you know, whatever, if it's going to be put behind a paywall or anything like that. There's never, ever been anything behind a paywall here, nor will there ever be. We don't talk about space weather in the members only. That's a place for us just to unwind and for people to support the channel, support me and my family, you know, if they can. And it's so much appreciated. So I want to make that clarification. Anything about space weather, I will never ever just send it to the members. That'll never happen. Okay? That's a promise. So I just want everybody to understand that. Hey Daniel! Back at you, bud. Back at you. It's amazing how many friends you can make getting on here on the internet and just sticking around for, you know. Daniel's a good dude, man. He really is. You guys, if you guys haven't had a chance to talk to Daniel, talk to him in the chat. He's a really good dude, man. I'm serious. Anyway, so look at this thing. Look how long duration that is. It's going on. It's at least 6 hours now, close to it anyway. That's a long. Hey Joe, what's up? Sorry, I had to stop when I seen you in there. Sean Barker, what's cracking? Oh look, hey, it updated. Sweet. Check this out. I hope Soho's updating this. Watch this, guys. This is LASCO C3. It's kind of a zoomed out version of the LASCO C2, but this is actually showing us both eruptions. Okay, so we had the first one earlier today, right there. You see that? Now you see most of that energy's poking around this disk. It's called a halo eruption when it starts sticking around the whole edge. That disk is there. It's a physical disk. It blocks the most of the sun's light, so this thing can do its job and even get an image. Okay, so as we're looking at this, there's that first one. Now you're gonna see this thing. I think it jumps time. Yep. Okay, it jumped about just 2 or 3 hours, and it's still, and that blast hadn't happened yet, right? And so now check this out. Here's the second one. So this thing is right on its heels. Now let me point this out too. Let me go back over here. The first one is this one. Okay. Whenever I get imaging for the second one, I'll be more than happy to show you. It's just not there yet. It's too early. But this first one's supposed to give us a glancing blow. We're going to get, most likely, a cannibal CME situation out of this. The one behind this is moving so much more faster than this one. It's very obvious when you look at it over here. Okay? It's probably already caught up with it. And what I mean by a cannibal CME, they never truly combine. What happens is all those particles in between them, they get compressed, and then that compression in between even acts as a CME, makes it very dense. So what I'm trying to tell you guys, when we've already been in a 24-hour geomagnetic storm, we're not even close to nominal conditions yet on the KP here. Okay, we're already juiced, is what I'm saying. So our magnetic field has been working the whole time for the past few days, just deflecting things. This is not going to be the best scenario for the magnetic field to perform at its best. But I also want to point this out. Let me, well, here's the HP, guys. This is the last, you know, it doesn't show where it got to a 7 here, but this is the same indice as this one, okay? It just, this is 3-hour average, and the HP is a 30-minute, okay? I show you that so you can get a little bit more detailed if you wanted to see it. I'm not going to dwell on that one today. But as you can tell, guys, this is going to be the news, alright? So, yeah, this is what we're going to be having to deal with, and I do think that this one here, the one behind it's moving, it almost looked like it was moving almost twice as fast. I don't have numbers or math on that. Carrington 2024 might be able to give you some sort of direction on that, but you guys can simply Google, you know, how to tell how fast the CME is moving. You can get the math and the formulas if you really wanted to do that. I don't do that because all these models are there for us, right? But this is going to catch up, and what it's going to do is it's going to compress all that stuff in between it. So when it hits our system, and we're already juiced, I don't know. Now, this is something else I want to say. In situations like this, I've seen a delayed radiation storm scenario happen too. Just because it hasn't started yet doesn't mean that those protons are not going to just like funnel in at some point. Okay? We have to keep that in mind. Now, I also want to point out here, guys, you see how close that was to an X-flare? So even the power, the strength of the flare, the speed that we're seeing, all that is pointing to a very, very good chance of a very strong solar storm here, guys. Okay, I'm just saying. Hey, Deep Quake, thank you for that, brother. Hey, Joe got him a membership. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you, man. I want you to know something, Deep. You don't have to do that, man. I so much appreciate it. I really do. I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, especially right now with my daughter graduating and stuff. We got a lot of things going on. But please don't feel like you have to do that. You know, I don't want anybody to ever feel that way. And I know you probably don't, but I just want you to know that and know how much it is appreciated. Okay? And as always, prayers for you and your family, especially with what you've had to deal with the past, you know, so many months. Hey, Sage Pup, good to see you. But, so let me do this. This is the D region absorption model. This is where we see the X-rays come in. And so what we're going to see the beginning of this flare. Look. Now, what do I always say? The chances of a flare hitting, right, is most likely going to be over water. This thing is hitting directly in the Pacific now because it's the day side. But check this out. On long duration flares, look what happens. Just because it started over here, it was affecting Thailand, Australia. So there were probably extended periods of time here with radio blackouts, at least disruptions. I guarantee you the ham radio operators and the mariners out here had a definite issue for a while. Okay? It can even affect GPS, all of it. Just navigation in general. Communications in general. Right? And I also want to point out too that just because we're seeing a big one here, it doesn't mean things are done. You guys hear me talk about the Earth strike zone all the time, right? What are we seeing? That really just cannot get any closer to right in the middle. That is just like so. Back at you, man. I appreciate you. Well said, Daniel. I actually agree with you with that, man. I do think that the distractions that we see can be a distraction itself. Yeah, I agree with that. That's well said. I've never said it like that, but well said, my friend. Anyway, you can see this is a very complex area anyway, just looking at the extreme ultraviolet. This is the 131. It's on SDO. It's in low Earth orbit. Thank you, Tiger's Eye. I appreciate that, Squirrel. I know what you meant by that. Thank you for bringing me back to the center there. Appreciate you. Yes. Yes, Deep Quake. Hence your name. The quakes are definitely the seismic uptick is probably already happening. When we get corona holes, that's more so the issue there. But this can also affects it. Okay? So, the speed of this is really what's got me watching this really close. Okay, that was the first one, right? And then here comes the longer duration one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here because I want you guys to really get a good look at this. Okay, I want you guys to see the flare itself. There's the initial flare, right? You guys see how long that is? Let me take you to Helio Viewer real quick. Here's Earth. Here's that sunspot we're looking at. So does that give you guys any kind of clue of how big these things are? And what kind of an area they're covering? Look at this. It's roughly the same. This isn't exactly the same size as that, obviously. Actually, let me do this. Let's maybe... Oop, too much. Let's try this. That's probably close. Wouldn't you agree? To what that is? Yeah, that's really close. So this should give you an idea of the size, just the overall one side or the other. So it's crazy. I got you, IG. It's good to see you. I sent Ron a text on this, a notification. Guys, I also want to point something out here too. I'm going to take you guys... if you guys want a chance at an extra notification, follow me on X, okay? Let me do this. I can just do it this way. Guys, I also want to point something... sorry about that. I can go down here, and if you look at my description box, right here, okay? This right here is my X account. I'm not sure why it's not showing up as a link. I may have to fix that, okay? But that's my link, okay? X.com, BlueCool52. If you guys go there on X, just follow, it's Wages World. You guys can find it really easy. I'm there on X. I will post when I go live. So if you guys are not getting notifications, that might give you a second chance of getting one. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I post there, Facebook, and to all the other people, Telegram. So, yeah. I put it all out to everybody, just trying to make sure everybody is, you know, being told, hey, you know, we got this happening. Wages is live, or what have you. But, yeah, so, back to this. You can see that that is just a very, yeah, that's a lot of X-ray, guys. It just really is. And, you know, when we see these right in front of us, looking at this, we can't tell if it has a CME or not. Right? So, what we do to look for CMEs, we have to, you know, either rely on the coronagraphs and wait for them to update, or we can get a better chance at seeing it here on the extreme ultraviolet. Hey, Miss V! So good to see you. Hey, if anybody sees Planet Hermit, let them know that we're back doing the thing here. I haven't had a chance to talk to them in a minute, and they're usually here. So a lot of people might not know I'm here, is what I'm trying to say, because I'm just now getting back to it. So anyway, 304 angstrom. It's going to be the red version. All right. And as this loads, it's so good to see you, Miss V. It really is. Good to see all you guys. Michael, what's up, bud? Dr. Hashab, good to see you. Evolution Studios, good to see you. That reminds me, guys, get over and check out Evolutionary Energy Arts. It's Mike and Cindy. They're really cool people, and they're really good people too. They do some really good content, so please get over and check them out too. Okay. Oh, look at that! Wow, I did not expect to see that. Just so you know, we don't. Hey, Broken Fish. We don't usually get to see this. let me explain as I move this forward. Okay, I want you guys to watch this first eruption here. You see how that kind of flipped right there? If you look right here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, it's going to be right here. Anybody looking on the phone, sorry, I can't do much about that for you. So, you see how that energy started flowing right there? And you see how it's flicking around? It's almost like this came over and reconnected back here. So let's watch and see what it does. That's exactly what happened right there. Anyway, but did you see that? See this little small eruption? Watch the dark shadow. Okay? That little dark shadow was, you know what that was? That was the CME. That was plasma. That was charged particles. Okay? So, also, when this erupted, look at this. You know, watch it kind of go all, it almost like opens up another Canyon of Fire scenario. Oh my gosh. I didn't see that before till just now. And I'm not, when I say oh my gosh, I'm saying that in a cool way, right? I'm not trying to say, oh gosh, be scared. I'm just saying that this is cool. Watch. It erupts. You're going to see it, the energy go all the way over here. Look at that. Wham! That thing, it reconnected over here. Unless that was laying in the corona, which is a possibility. We just can't see it because we're looking dead at it. We don't have the side view. That's why these things get really, really hard to forecast. Look at that. I mean, you guys can see that, right? Right down through there. I hope you can, because I got two monitors here, and you can see it better on my computer monitor than you can my TV monitor that I use because I'm blind. But but yeah, oh, that even reaches over to here, guys. That went across the whole face of the sun. There is absolutely no way this is missing Earth. There's just no chance at it at all. This is going to hit. The question becomes, what happens when it does? Now check this out. I'm going to zoom in real close to this. These are those umbras. We don't usually get this view. And this is why I'm telling you this. This is so cool. Let me zoom in. This is so cool. Look, watch this. You guys ever been to, anybody ever been to Vegas or an amusement park when you look up and you got those big like walkways and you got the lights above you? Like, and they're doing all kinds of light shows and stuff above you? Check this out. Watch that. Okay? Watch it flare. It goes from nothing. Flares all these x-rays. Right? And then watch that canopy just kind of just... You can literally see it build. You can see the magnetic lines. That's awesome. I don't know that I've ever seen it like that. I'm serious. I'm not saying that the sun has never done this. What I'm trying to say is I've never seen this point of view during something like this. I'm sure others have. But watch that go all the way and just kind of... Look at that build like a slinky. It looks like a slinky. To all my people around my age know what a slinky is. It's slinky, it's slinky. What a wonderful toy. It's fun for a girl and a boy. Sorry. But look at that. Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh. That's so cool. You know what else that looks like? Looks like what I used to call a basketball bug. Remember, you know those bugs you pick up off the ground and they turn into a ball real quick? Look almost like an armadillo. Like a bug that took the shape of an armadillo, kind of like it's got a big hard shell. We call them basketball bugs because when they roll up like that, they look like a basketball. But that is so cool. We're gonna what? Look at that. That's so cool. We're gonna run it backwards. Have some fun here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's happening. It's happening. There it goes. Watch. Whoop. Roly poly. There you go. Civil defense. Yes, we used to call them that too. Water bugs. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard all. It's awesome, isn't it? Sorry, I know we're. How do we get? See, you're only gonna get that on Wages World. We're over here talking about the sun and space weather, and we're talking about roly-poly bugs. Sorry, I just think it's hysterical. So yeah, so when somebody calls me unprofessional, they're probably not too far off the mark, I guess. I don't know. But I'm not going to change. This is who I am, guys. I like to have fun and I like to learn all at the same time. You know what? You want to know why? When you're having fun, when you learn, you remember it. If you're not having fun, at least a little bit, you're just not going to remember things. So, you know. And I don't get mad at people that say my skin's gotten pretty thick throughout the years here on YouTube. You have to become almost like a politician with the thickness of your skin, because it most definitely gets rough out here in what people call these YouTube streets, baby. Out here in these YouTube streets. But guys, I have not seen an eruption just go all the way down like that in a very long time. I mean, that really did. That went across the whole face of the sun. Watch it right there. See that? That's just crazy. And that's plasma. So yeah. Well, thanks, IG. I appreciate you. There you go, Smitty. Yeah, exactly. 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 Yep, miss. Yep. What was my new nickname, Mr. Slinky? Why not? I'll take whatever nickname you guys want to give me. I'm thinking about putting an avatar out here, guys, while I'm talking. You're still going to hear me, but I'm thinking about putting like a Kool-Aid Man avatar, so you guys, I'll be able to move him around and stuff. I'm trying to make things fun for everybody and become a little bit more, we got to adapt. If we don't adapt a little bit, we're going to get left behind. It's just the way that it is. And right now, guys, this whole creator world is changing. It is. AI is changing all of it. I don't think you could talk to anybody that does a channel that isn't seeing it like firsthand. And you have to try to keep up, and it becomes pretty difficult sometimes. That's why I'm thankful I got people like you guys, because you guys are just awesome. As long as I explain to you what's been going on, you guys have always been there for me. And with that being said, guys, I want to say this too. My daughter's graduation party is tomorrow. I still plan on doing a live stream tomorrow night, and I may sneak one in the middle of the day, but it's going to be like a 5-minute, hey, this thing is coming at us, just giving you a little update on what's going on. So if you could, please share with everybody to come back and check a couple times tomorrow, because I will at least put something out tomorrow at some point. If this thing hits like in the middle of the day, I'm going to have to do something really quick and let you guys know. And that's what it would be, and then I would come back to you guys tomorrow night. So my daughter's graduation party's tomorrow, and then her graduation's actually on Sunday. So, but, when they go to bed, I do my YouTube stuff. I mean, I can sneak away for 10 or 15 minutes and do this if I need to. So, just know I'm going to be here, is what I'm trying to tell you. But it might not be at the normal time. So please check back. Or, like I said, join me, follow me on X, and I send it there. You get it almost immediately there, and you'll get notifications too here on YouTube, hopefully. The ones on YouTube are, when you do a video, they're only going to send out 2 of them for you a day. And then the other one, if you do a 3rd video or something like that, they don't send notifications out mass-wide like they used to. They'll still send notifications out, but they become picky with it. So, yep, Linda, they could. GPSs could definitely be affected by this. Anything being done, guys. We've been talking about the South Atlantic anomaly also. That thing's growing. NASA just put out a new report. I talked about it briefly yesterday, and guys, it's when that thing is growing, we have to understand that stuff. When you got both sides of the coin talking about stuff happening, that's what I've always told you guys. You get 2 opposing viewpoints. We'll just call it mainstream and alternative. When they talk about the same thing and they overlap, that's where you're going to find the truth. Okay, that's most likely what's going to happen, is that overlap area. And everybody is talking about that on both sides. So it's not something to be ignored. And these things right here are going to be coming in a lot easier now because of that. South Atlantic anomaly basically is the field lines are just further apart, so it lets the magnetics in easier. And it's growing. It's already been chopped in half. It's basically two anomalies now. But they're very large. So they stretch from South America to Africa, all along the South Atlantic there. Technology acts weird in that area. I watched a video yesterday of an astronaut that was up there, and he went to go to bed. You guys might have seen the documentary, but he seen a flash while he was sleeping in his sleeping bag, and he was the only one, he said, that seen it. And then he woke up in the next few days. He was like touching his face, and it was getting blood, and he had a lot of physical problems. So probably what happened there, some radiation went through him. Whether it was cosmic rays, it could have been something from the sun, all of that. And he was in that South Atlantic anomaly area when that happened. So, okay, when astronauts are up there, guys, they're not a million miles away from Earth. They're pretty much in low Earth orbit, so they still have protection from our magnetic field. So when they go through the area of the South Atlantic anomaly, they don't have as much protection, and if something is hitting us at that time, they're at danger. That's a very well-known thing. And he looked like he took a high dose of that. It does make you wonder why the rest of the crew didn't get affected like that, but, a lot of questions. Anyway, okay, guys, so, the Aurora, this is going to go nuts, okay? The Aurora is going to go crazy. If we get hit with this thing, anybody gets Aurora pictures and you want me to show them, please email me, bluecoil52@gmail. My email is in the description box. I'm going to go to the Aurora dashboard here. Sometimes they update this. Okay, it's not updated yet, because it's not going to look like this in 24, 48 hours. It's going to be, down here is what we can expect. Okay, if we get a G3, it's this. If we get a G4, G5, it's this. But let me tell you something, guys. This is not correct anymore. I'm just saying. We're seeing Aurora so far outside of these things now when we get hit with lower level storms and everything. They need to redo these. And I'm just going to say it. I'm sorry if people disagree with that, or if whoever gets mad at me. That's just my opinion. I do think they do a decent job here. But I do think overall, when we get hit with bigger ones now, I mean, we're seeing them down in Florida, Jamaica, places like that when we get G4s and 5s. Is this anywhere close to that? No. So what the heck? Why ain't they... Anyway, I'm just going to leave that alone. I ain't going to sit here, because I do appreciate them. Hey, Isaac. Hey, John, what's up? Hey, Cemetery, what's happening? Okay. So, anyway... Also, next weekend, probably next in the middle of the week, I'm going to be doing a members-only stream, okay? But before I get into that, just know, guys, we're going to see big Aurora, okay? And we're still being, and when I see we're getting hit geomagnetically, let me show you this real quick. Okay, this is the velocity. This is our magnetosphere. That's still fast. Guys, these red colors are fast-moving particles. That's what that means. We're still getting hit. The corona hole stream is still here. So if these CMEs are that close, I'm telling you guys, it's going to reverberate like a tuning fork, and we're going to have to pay attention. Anybody that is sensitive like Miss Dragon, she's very sensitive to these kinds of things. When the Schumann resonance is going crazy, she feels it. A lot of people feel it. I feel it. If you start hearing ringing in your ears, that could be this. Very well could be this. But just pay attention, okay? Don't be scared though. I'm not scared of this at all. I'm kind of excited to see what's going to happen here. You know, we always get to see really cool Aurora photography. Now, also, get over and check out spaceweather.com over here. Dr. Tony Phillips does a great job. He keeps everybody updated pretty quickly. Just like, well, he's already updated like me here. This flare just happened just a few hours ago. Okay? And I respect this more than you could ever say. You guys can read that if you want. Okay, I'm not going to say it because the algorithm wouldn't like it. But there you go. And, well, look, it isn't all bad. So, yeah. So he recognizes that too. But he chooses to keep it that way, and I respect that. I really do. But, anyway. So, here's some of those Aurora photography from what's been going on. I mean, I've seen some, and I'm not going to show it because I don't have permission. Those people make their living off those Aurora photography. So if you send me some Aurora photographs in an email, please write in the email you give me permission to show it. I save all that. That way there ain't no question later on. And I don't think anybody would do anything, but I would love to see some Aurora photography, guys, from all of you guys. But yeah. Hey, Isaac. Sweet. He's a member, baby. Heck yeah. Good to have you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I really do. You guys are... I just want to say this. You guys have made my life better for many years. And I can't say it enough. Even when we disagree, it never gets to the level of somebody turning and walking away, right? We disagree like adults. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because on other channels, people just snap. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I hope that I've been able to cultivate an environment here for everybody to feel like they can at least say how they feel, right? In a respectful way. And I think we've done that. I really do. A lot of things that I'm proud of, that's up there close to the top. I won't never slam any other channel. I don't let that stuff in my chat either, even if I don't like them. You guys slam those people if anybody slams somebody that they think I don't like, I still get rid of that comment, because it just causes drama. But deep another 5 on the line, baby. Heck yeah, guys. And to talk about that for a second, I do want to say this. I am working on some really cool members only stuff that if you guys really, we're going to have fun. I got some game show stuff. Thank you, Deep Quake and Isaac and everybody else, right? And I would say this too. If you can't do memberships and stuff, it's never, ever, ever expected. I don't think any less of anybody. But I do appreciate it. And you will never see anything behind a paywall. Ever. I will never do that here. You know, when you come to members only, we play games and we make emojis and stuff like that. And I got some really cool games I think you guys are going to like. And I may even do it on a regular stream just to show everybody what's up. So, but thank you guys. I really do appreciate you. Thank for all the stuff, and thank you for allowing me the time to spend with my daughter and still being here for me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that too. And again, I'm just going to say it again. I had multiple conversations with Miss Dragon, and Ilea in the background. They really brought me out of a dark spot. I was not feeling good about myself at all. To the point where I was just about done with everything. I really was. I think all of us get there sometimes, but when you have good friends like that, that's why I'm saying it now. So, just another special thank you to Mist and Ilea, and Ripper reached out, Jammer reached out to me, those kinds of things, and I just really do appreciate it. I might not be able to verbalize it as well as I need to, but just know that it means more than I could ever say. Hey, Cemetery! You remember when you was here last? Well, you're here now, brother. That's all I need to know. Heck yeah, baby. I'm glad to see you, bud. And thank you for being a member. 11 months, man. I mean, it's just crazy to me. We've been doing that for over a year now. It really is. Hey, Harley, good to see you. Okay. I'm trying to find. There it is. Let's post that one up there for a minute. Yo, 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 yo. Well, thank you for Husky Homestead. Appreciate you. There's been a lot in Wise Gen. Guys, these are names and people that I know for years now. It's crazy to me. Big Bugs, what's up? Well, thank you for that. I'll tell my daughter you said that. She actually watches. She's a moderator, but she doesn't usually watch my stuff, watching old dad's space weather. Anyway, guys, I am going to go ahead and end it here. But I just wanted to make sure you guys seen this. Because tomorrow morning, there's probably people out there making videos already. Okay? Because those of us that do this, typically we're going to see this through an app, or I check the stuff about once every hour anyway myself, just going through the models. It's easy to do with our smartphones. So, yeah, I've heard a lot about that, Sean. I heard a lot of people talking like that, and I don't disagree. It's hard to prove that, If we thought we were going to have a conversation like that, it would have been awesome to know that we were going to have it, because then we could have started measuring things back then that were specific to what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And then we could compare, and then we could know. But we just don't, which is why we start now. So, alright guys, I am going to go ahead and get off here. I've kept you guys here long enough. And guys, again, look for the look of the channel. I'm trying to upgrade it. And if you guys don't like some of the things that I'm going to do, let me know. I don't have to do it. I want to try to just keep it fresh for everybody and keep everybody, Here's the thing. With a thumbnail, and this sounds really bad, especially to people that have been here for a long time. The thumbnail isn't for people that are here all the time. The thumbnail is so new people see it to get them here so they can see, right? The first 30 seconds of a video is very important to the algorithm. If you have a 75% retention rate for the first 30 seconds, that's a really good thing to have. The algorithm loves it. If it's lower than that, the algorithm hates it. If I can get 1,000 views in the first hour, the algorithm pushes the video out. And that's why I try to get people to share as quick as they can. Hey, Gunwater. Night, back at you. Alright, John the Spirit. See you later, bud. Tiger's Eye. Anybody else? IG? Harley? Guys, I am getting out of here. I'm kind of tired. I got to go get decorations and stuff in the morning. It's going to be a day. But I'm going to come back on tomorrow, too. So just know that. I'm not going to not do a show tomorrow. I will do a show tomorrow, okay? And if anything happens and I see something might be a little bit more intense than what I'm already talking about, I'll come out real quick, just for a real quick one. It may even be from my phone. So, just so you know, I'm not going to leave you guys hanging on this one. This is going to be in a decent event, I think. It's been about a year and a month since we had the big one last year. And this, if it happens like we're seeing it, this actually has a chance to rival that, okay? And I'm just saying it. I'm just saying, okay? So, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's just something I think it has a chance to do. I'm not saying it's going to, but it does have a chance in my opinion. And I don't think I'm alone in that thought. I really do think you're going to start watching some other channels talk about this, and they're going to start talking about the same thing that I am right now. So, prayers for Trinity, guys. Let's get some ones in the chat real quick for Trinity. She's struggling a little bit with her health. Well, a lot of it with her health. So, and anybody else that's sick, please, let's pray and send good thoughts to them. And again, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. And I will be posting. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Mark Matheny, Miss V, good to see you. Hey, if you talk to Christian, will you let him know to come over here, man? Email me. I've been trying to get a hold of him so I can talk to him. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I miss my friend, man, for real. Hey, Stephanie, thank you. But yeah, so I will be here tomorrow at some point. Again, if it looks like it's going to be something that's going to be more powerful than what I'm even talking about, I will definitely come out here and tell you that as quick as I can. If it's going to get here in less than a day, like Carrington 2024 was telling us here, like in 24 hours, like before now tomorrow, yeah, I'll definitely be on here telling you something. Because if it's moving that fast, guys, it's gonna hit hard. So here we go. God bless. Yahusha saves, and as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.